Good day everyone, I am Maria Antoinette A. Molina and I will be reporting brain-based education. So what is brain-based education? So brain-based education, introduced by Kane and Kane in 1997, designs lessons and school programs based on scientific research about how the brain naturally learns, using clear principles to guide teaching and curriculum planning. It explained that brain never works alone. It is closely linked to the body, feelings, and surroundings. So learning works best when students feel safe, interested, and emotionally connected to what they study. So Gardner later added in 2000 that the brain develops within a body and grows inside a specific culture or society, meaning our traditions, values, and daily life actually shape our brain organize information and understand the world. So for example, a child raised a community that values teamwork, will learn and think differently than one form a culture focused on individual success, simply because their environment and way of life have helped build their brain in a unique way. So we have here the 7 brain-mind learning principles explain how the brain naturally learn. So the first, the brain work as one whole system combining body, feelings, imagination, and natural skill. So for example, a student learns best when they feel good emotionally and physically, not just when studying hard. Second, the brain grows through interacting with environment and people around it, just like how a child learns to speak by talking with family and friends. Third, human always look for personal meaning in everything. So lessons are easier to remember when students see how they relate to their own lives, such as learning math through cooking or budgeting. Fourth, we build understanding by finding patterns and connections between ideas, like noticing how plants, animals, and weather all connect in nature. Fifth, emotions shape what we notice and understand. If a topic feels fun or important, we learn it much better than when we are bored or afraid. Sixth, the brain processes small details and the big picture at the same time, just like reading a story while following both the plot and the details of each character. So the last, learning includes what we focus on directly and also what we notice in the background, such as picking up new words or habits just by being part of a group or a classroom. We have also here the 6 principles complete our understanding of how the brain learns. So first, learning happens both consciously, like when you study a lesson on purpose, and unconsciously, such as picking up new words or habits just by listening and watching others without trying. Second, our memory store information differently. Facts that make sense or connect to our lives are kept neatly and easily remembered, while random or disconnected details are stored separately and harder to recall. Just like how we remember a full story better than a list of unrelated words. Third, learning is developmental, meaning it happens step by step as we grow and mature. So a lesson that works for an older student may be too hard for a younger one whose brain is still developing. Fourth, the brain works best in environment that feels safe and supportive, but still offers enough challenge to keep it interested, like a teacher who guides and encourages you, but also asks you to think deeper. While fear, pressure, or feeling unsafe blocks learning completely. Finally, every person's brain is organized differently, so no two people learn in exactly the same way. For example, one student might learn best by reading, another by doing activities, and third by listening, which means lessons should be varied to fit different learning styles. Other concept and theories of brain education. So research tell us that students learn best when they are shown different ways to understand a problem and are allowed to find more than one solution. As stated by Resnick in 1987, Kane and Kane explain in 1991 that the brain is naturally built to look for patterns and connection. Because of this, it learns much better when solving real problems or completing meaningful tasks rather than just memorizing. Separate facts separate facts. In 1995, Sylvester suggested that School of the Future should focus on discovering and growing the abilities students already have instead of only testing skills that are taught to them. He believed that learners should create their own ways of organizing ideas and find personal solutions to real challenges rather than just following set of rules or symbols. Gifted education curriculum. This special type of curriculum is made to meet the needs of students who learn quickly, think deeply, or have special talents. Its main purpose is to help these students grow and reach their full potential, giving them lessons and activities that are more advanced, complex, and matched to the high level of ability. So here is the gifted education curriculum model. Number 1, School-Wide Enrichment Model or SEM, created by Renzulli and Reis. This model is used widely in schools. It is designed not only for gifted students but to help all children develop their strengths and talents. It works toward three main goals: helping every student grow their abilities, offering advanced and interesting learning experiences, and providing special activities based on what each student is good or interested in. Lesson are fun, challenging, and built around how students like to learn and show what they know. Next is Parallel Curriculum Model or PCM, developed by a group of experts in 1998. This model is based on the idea that every student is on path toward becoming an expert in something. It helps improve learning for everyone, especially those who are advanced, by offering 4 ways to design lessons. So number 1 ways are core curriculum. This teaches the main ideas, skills, and values special to each student. Next is curriculum of connections. Shows how different subjects link together, like how math is used in science. Next is curriculum of practice. Let students use what they learn in real life just like professionals do. Lastly, curriculum of identity. It helps students see how lessons connect to their own goals, values, and future dreams. So next model is autonomous model. Autonomous learner model. So this model, explained by Betts in 2004, focuses on helping students learn to guide and manage their own education. It sees learning in 3 levels. Level 1 is standard lesson for everyone. Level 2 changes lesson to fit differences, and Level 3, the main focus here, lets students choose goals or plan their work and lead their own studies while teachers act as a guides. This model has 5 parts. First, orientation. It helps students understand their own strength and make a personal learning plan. Second, individual development builds skill for lifelong learner, thinking, and self-direction. Next is enrichment activities. Offer varied lessons chosen by teacher or student to build love for learning. Next is seminars. Small groups research topics and share their work to build confidence. Lastly, in-depth study, long-term work where students choose topic, decide what to learn, how to work, and how to show result. 5 major dimensions. So the first dimension is orientation, which helps the student, teachers, and school leaders understand what gifted education is all about and how this model works. Here, Gifted students work together in activities to learn more about themselves and each other. They also create an advanced learning plan, a personal guide that lists their strengths, needs, goals, and the kind of learning experience that will help them succeed in school. Next is individual development, which focuses on building important skills, ideas, and attitude that help students keep learning throughout life and become independent, self-directed learners. Next is enrichment activities. This offers special learning experiences designed in two ways. Some lessons are planned by teachers while others are chosen or shaped by the student themselves. These activities expose learners to many different topics and projects, helping them find and grow their love for learnings. Another model is integrated curriculum model. This is widely used method to plan and create lessons based on the work of Van Tassel Basca from 1987. It has three main parts to guide how subjects are taught. Number one, advanced content. This gives gifted student harder lesson earlier and faster than usual. Experts and teachers work together to pick important topics and skills that fit high learning standard. Number two, process and product teaches students to think deeply, analyze, and create. It includes clear teaching and activities that let them study topics they enjoy on their own. Lastly, number three, issues and themes. Lessons are built around big ideas or questions. This helps students see deep meaning and understand how knowledge connect together. Next model is Kids Academia model. This created by Dr. Manabu Somida in 2010. This is a special science program for bright children aged 5 to 8 in Japan. Students are chosen carefully using a special checklist. It uses ideas from a model developed by the College of William and Mary to teach scientific thinking and research skills. This program is a new way of teaching where university experts, families, and school work together to bring high-level learning to young children. So there are three phases to build this curriculum. Based on Hiwatig, Fautismo, and Somida 2010, there are three steps to create this learning. Number one is planning and brainstorming. So the teachers meet to decide what themes or big topics to include and explain the program goals. Number two, choosing content. Teachers carefully select lessons and topics and study them deeply to make sure they are correct and useful. Lastly, designing lessons. Teachers write detailed lesson plan and prepare all materials needed to teach each topic well. We have here the activities for each lesson by Sumida's guidelines. So every lesson in this program follows clear rules to make learning good and useful. It must spark children's interest, let them share their own ideas, use cheap and easy to find things, teach correct scientific words, use simple tools, work alone or in groups, help them grow socially and emotionally, connect lessons to other subjects and daily life, include topics about family and community, use materials related to their own lives, and show how what they learn can help their family and society. Differentiated curriculum. This way of teaching means planning lessons to fit every student. It says that each child has their own way of thinking, learning speed, background, interest, and skills. Lessons are student-centered and flexible, so both fast learner and those who need more time get the same fair chance to learn and grow fully. Teachers choose topics carefully, design activities that match how each student learns best, and use different ways to check programs. This makes learning meaningful and active for everyone. Here are the 6 steps in planning differentiated learning. Number 1, set standards. So this is the first and most important step. Teacher decided what every student must know, understand, and be able to do by the end of the lesson or unit. This goal comes from official learning guides or school rules. Even though students learn in different ways, everyone works toward the same main goal. Number 2, define content. Next, the teacher chooses what specific topics, facts, ideas, or skill what will be taught to reach those goals. They select the most important information. Here, the teacher plans what to teach and can already think about different material, simple text for some students and more detailed or advanced text for others. Number 3, active prior knowledge. Before teaching anything new, the teacher finds out what students already know or have experience about the topic. This connect the new lesson to things they have learned before or things they have seen in real life. This step helps students feel confident and make new ideas easier to understand. It also helps the teacher know where to start and who needs extra help. Number 4, acquire new knowledge. This is the step where new information or ideas are taught. The teacher uses different methods so every student learns best. Some might listen to an explanation, some read, some watch, some work with the teacher, and some work alone or in groups. The teacher matches the way of teaching to the student learning style, ability, or interest. Next is apply and adjust learning. Now, students use or practice what they learned. They do activities, solve problems, or create something to show they understand. The teacher gives different tasks based on the student's level. The same big idea is practice, but the work is matched to their ability. During this time, the teacher watches, helps, and changes the lesson or activity if something is hard or too easy. So lastly, assess learning. This is the final step to check the measure what the student has learned. Instead of just one test, the teacher uses different ways to check understanding suited to how student shows their knowledge. This tells the teacher if the goals were reached and if the teaching method is work. So these 6 steps make sure that every student whenever fast learner, slow learner, or with different interests gets exactly what they need to learn the same important lesson in the way that works best for them. This framework guides teachers in choosing the right activities for every student by focusing on 5 key areas. First, the classroom climate should be warm, welcoming, and interesting, using different senses and challenging ideas while encouraging students to ask questions and think deeply. Second, teacher must understand each learner's unique way of learning and thinking, whether they learn best by seeing, listening, or doing, or prefer logical or creative thinking. Third, assessment happens in more than one way, using traditional tests as well as real-life tasks and projects so every student can show what they know. Fourth, learning tasks are arranged in different ways. Sometimes the whole class work together, sometimes students work alone, in pairs or in a small group to practice and explore. Finally, teacher use many different teaching methods such as brain-based, group-based, or discovery learning and make sure lesson match the student's age, culture, and individual needs. Altogether, this ensures that teaching is flexible, fair, and fits exactly how each student learn the best. So that's all for my report. Thank you for listening.